Hey guys, it's Super Musket here, and I'm here joined by SonicBoss1991, also known as Caitlin. Say hello, Caitlin. And, we're doing another tier list, because we're about to go see Sonic 3, and I thought, why the hell not? So, this is just gonna be a general Sonic characters tier list. Also, Merry Christmas, because this video is probably gonna come out on Christmas.
I'm part of the Christmas special.
A Christmas special! So yeah, hope everyone's having a great Christmas, and thank you for choosing to watch my crappy video on Christmas.
This is also my first ever collab, but probably not the last.
I mean, we collabed before, but it was on a deleted video. Anyway, okay, getting into it. This is just an IDW characters tier list. It has a large majority of the characters. It's mostly up to date because I see it has Clutch here. So I think it's mainly going to have all of the main a majority of the main characters from IDW, if not all of them. So it should be fairly alright.
I see the important ones, we're fine.
Yeah, I see the important one. Alright, anyway, so let's just hop into it. These are our tiers. Yes, they are all custom. No, don't ask any questions. Starting out with Rouge.
Obviously the queen thing.
I don't think that requires any deliberation. Rouge is literally my favorite character. She is my lock screen.
She is queen.
Like, I don't understand anyone who says that Rouge isn't a great character, because she is. I don't understand.
She's loyal to her character that she's had since her introduction in Sonic Adventure 2.
Honestly, she's the one character who I don't think I've heard anyone complain about her personality. She's stuck with that personality since the beginning. Like, she just has not changed since the beginning. It's like...
Sorry, cough.
Like, the only thing that I will say is that her voice actor definitely needs changing.
Dream Team, don't remind me.
Yeah, her voice actor definitely needs changing. They keep changing her outfit for some reason. I don't really care, but it's just kind of unnecessary. Like, making her bodysuit go up higher in generations, even though it makes absolutely no difference to her outfit.
Remember, this is safe for kids now. We can't have tits.
But it's like, why did you have it in the first place? Anyway, okay, that's enough with Rouge. SBO, what do we think of SBO?
He appeared quite a lot during the Metal Virus, and ever since he's not been as present. Like, the last time I remember him being present was the Halloween special, and before that it was issue 48. Then you have the most recent stuff, which at the time of recording he still hasn't been that present. At the time of recording, issue 75 had just released this week. He hasn't been relevant much since, I would argue, maybe even before issue 48. I'd say the last time he was super relevant was the Metal Virus. So I don't want to give him too low of a tier, but because he did do quite a lot during the virus, and the poor guy did go through quite a lot. I'd say maybe the cool tier, because he did have his really good moments, like being the one character that actually snapped at Sonic saying, hey, you need to lock this guy the fuck up, this is Eggman. Just because he has amnesia doesn't make him any less dangerous.
Yeah. Honestly, like, okay, I will say I have not a lot of knowledge of SBO. Like, the most that I know of SBO is from the Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. I know that he was in Shadow the Hedgehog. He was in Heroes as well. But, like, it was Heroes, everyone was in Heroes at that time. And then IDW. So I'm gonna go with cool if you want to put him in cool. This next one... Tangle!
Queen.
Okay, so I'm guessing that you want to put her up here.
Oh, definitely.
I will say I don't know as much about Tangle, but Tangle is very cool. I'm willing to put in one of these top two.
Tangle is that best friend character. Like, she has that hype. She's always super hyper, always running for adventure. But she does have her serious moments, and she knows when to take things seriously. She kind of gives me that. I'd say that maybe like Sonic OVA kind of personality, where she's silly, she kind of snaps back at people out of comedy, but she does have those moments where she's locked in and where she's serious. Yeah,
where she is like, alright, enough fucking around. I'm gonna put in My Beloved. But I feel like there's gonna be a lot of characters in My Beloved. Okay, Jules up next. Again, I don't know as much about Jules.
She's has not been too. She's been a lot more present as of recently.
Yeah, she's the leader of the restoration. So it's like she doesn't get a lot of like. She doesn't do a lot in terms of like fighting or anything like that, and I doubt that she would wind up in the games unless they bring the full restoration to the games. I'm going to put in cool just because I feel like she hasn't done a lot that's too notable. Obviously, she has done a lot, but it's not really like memorable, if anything.
She's also had her moments. Like she was Tangle's original best friend. She did mention that they'd gone on lots of adventures together. She owned a museum full of jewels, and she turns into a jewel. Like if she stands still,
yeah,
she looks like a big jewel.
Yeah. So I'd say cool.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Cool. Okay, Vector, my boy, it's beef. As one of my mates, beef. So anyway, I'm willing to just immediately put Vector in awesome.
I don't think there's any debate.
There's no debate. Vector is just an awesome character. I love everything that he's in. Regardless of what kind of media he's in, he's always just super fun to listen to and interact with.
Find the computer, bro!
Who's this broad? Like, that is an iconic line, as controversial as it is.
And as much as it kind of annoyed me during the Metaverse how he brought in and infected Charmy into a room full of people, he did make up for it by grabbing Charmy and sacrificing himself to save the others.
That was especially traumatizing for Espia, wasn't it?
Yeah, because he had lost both Charmy trying to be heroic, and then he lost Vector, like literally essentially taking his own life to save his and the team's. And he had to watch it happen. Like he couldn't do anything about it because he knew the team needed them.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of Charmy, I just want to put him in here. I don't like Charmy. Just straight up, I do not. I understand that Charmy has some redeeming qualities, but I truly do not care. I'm not gonna put him here. This is reserved for only a few characters, but I just want to say here.
Yeah, I'd say like he has had his few good moments,
but overall, I cannot listen to. Here we go. Here we go. Like, I'm tired of it.
Starline!
Professor Dr. Starline, wherever the fuck he decides to call himself. Okay, now Starline is a very controversial one because while I love his character, I also despise him at the same time.
Is that character you love to hate? Like, you hate him because of who he is. That's the whole point.
Yeah. Yeah, you love to hate him, but at the same time, it's like if you hate a character, that means that the writers are doing a good job.
Oh yeah, especially with, like, we knew he was kind of fucked in the head, but when you read Imposter Syndrome, you're like, holy shit, this guy is fucked up.
Yeah, honestly, and it's like, I'm glad that he's dead, honestly.
If they bring him back, I would love to see like his original concept art where he had that Frankenstein kind of look. I feel like they need to bring that back. It's too cool to not have at some point.
So are we saying meh? Just because it's such a polarizing love and hate, just put him in the middle.
Already, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'd say meh. I mean, if anyone's gonna be like, oh come on, put Starline in S tier, put Starline at the top. He's a manipulative abuser. I don't think we can rank that high.
He's gaslit them into like.
Honestly.
It's quite literally what he did to them. He gaslit them into memories. Like, oh,
gaslight gatekeep girl boss. Oh god. Okay, rough and tumble. This is tumble first, right?
That's rough. Tumble.
Rough. Okay. Other guy. Rough and tumble. Okay.
They're basically the Team Rocket of the Sonic
universe. Honestly, I'm willing to put them in core. They're not really that. I mean, they're memorable, but they haven't really done much to warrant being up here.
Definitely not as bad as Starline. They're just kind of like.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm down to put them in cool, both of them. Just because like there was that whole comic with Tangle and Rouge.
Yeah, they still
that was quite fun. Like I loved was it Imposter Syndrome where Starline teamed up with all the bad guys?
No, that was bad guys. He broke them all out of prison.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, so Rough and Tumble have had their good moments, but it's just like, they're not really that iconic, really.
It's funny, because they were the first original characters introduced, and yet they're the least remembered.
Well, I mean, I feel like you said, they're the Team Rocket, so they definitely just show up anywhere and everywhere, but, they don't do too much. So I'm just going to put them both in cool.
They're fun. They bounce off each other. They have that little rhyming thing going on that they still keep consistent, which is kind of
Yeah,
it's silly.
I remember I tried to get a voice audition for Ruff. I tried to make him sound like Gilbert Gottfried. Anyway, Belle. I'm not too knowledgeable on Belle. I do like her character from what I have seen, so I'm willing to put her in awesome. Not up in S tier, but that's mostly just because I don't know too much.
She's quite cute. I mean, she works in the mechanic. Well, she did work in the mechanic shop now. She has a little motorbike friend, and she's kind of like. She's not really like a mega in any kind of way. She's not like one of those Eggman robots that went rogue because she was built by Mr. Tinker.
Right,
She kind of get that personality of who Tinker was. She's basically Mr. Tinker if he had stayed consistent within the characters and Sonic hadn't like saved him from that state of mind.
Yeah.
She's a fun character. She's really cute.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say awesome.
Oh yeah. I need to see her more. I kind of miss her.
Okay. Amy Rose!
My girl.
We just want to put her up here?
Oh yeah, I don't care what people say about her IDW character being ruined because she's not like yondering, fangirling over Sonic. She's a fun character in IDW.
Honestly, I don't understand the people who are complaining that Amy Rose isn't obsessing over Sonic nowadays. Like, it's called character growth. It's called having priorities that are not just man. Have you never heard of the Bechdel test?
Have you ever heard of women, Amy?
Have you ever heard of women's rights?
I mean, let's look at the feminists. That's canon.
Yeah, honestly, but like I'm so happy that Amy. I almost just called her Rose. I'm so happy that Amy is starting to branch out into more things other than just Sonic. But like, and especially with the latest issue. 75. With the latest issue of 75, you can still see that love for Sonic when she's like going up and hugging him and all that stuff. But it's like, it's a lot more like natural and toned down and such. Like it's much more reasonable, and because it's much more reasonable now, Sonic doesn't push her away. Like, have you noticed that?
Yeah, exactly.
Like he's accepting it since.
Yeah. And even then, she still has her moments with Sonic. She can. And then people complaining how tarot cards came out of nowhere, but like
it did not come out of nowhere. It was from like Archie, wasn't it?
Archie / a bit of CD, but even then, people complained that they had just suddenly become a part of her character, especially in.
They were always a part of her character.
And even then, it's nice to have them bring back and not just her have just a hammer. It's fun to have her like with those tarot cards. I like having them back with her.
Yeah. I don't know who this is.
That is Clairvoyance. She is part of the Diamond Cutters, and we didn't really get to see much of her other than in flashbacks and then in the 2024 annual where we had that backstory with Mimic. I think she's a pretty fun character. I just wish that we get more of them.
I mean, I don't know who the fuck it is, and I don't think that they're too notable. So that's why I have this anyway.
Yeah, that's Clairvoyance.
Yeah. Mimic. All right. Okay. Deadly Six. What's your name?
That's Zavok.
I feel like we should probably talk about Mimic for just a little bit. I don't like Mimic, and I don't think that that's a controversial opinion to say. He's just infuriating whenever he's on screen. No, that's not the word.
On page.
On page, yeah. But like, it's the fact that he was such a dick to Silver, to Whisper, to all of them. Got Lanolin to like manipulated Lanolin. Like, as much as I don't like Lanolin, like, I will say that it was entirely Mimic's fault.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's like, I remember
the entire fandom into hating her.
Yeah, I remember as soon as I saw Mimic do some awful shit, I edited a picture of Mimic with a gun held up to his head.
I mean, like, and again, it's like, he's also that character that you're like, oh my god, he fucking got away again. Like, he's that villain that you want to hate. Like, the writers are wanting to make sure you hate this character, which is what I think makes him a great, like, villain. Because with the whole shapeshifting thing, he can just be anyone at any time, and that's what is such a cool thing about him. But at the same time, with all the stuff he's done, like, he's a villain, and I don't see how anyone could defend him that much.
And I just personally hate him. Anyway, the Sinister Six. Do you want to just rack out all these at once?
Zavok.
Well, yeah, I know, but
honestly, people don't like the Deadly Six, and
I don't really either. Like, the only ones that I kind of like are this guy
That's
and Zavok.
But I will say, props to Ian Flynn. He writes these characters so fucking well.
I just think it's just the thought of it's
Bowser.
it's just bad Bowser. It's just worse Bowser. You could never be him.
He does have moments, so I think he's really. He
guess.
can be fun, like if written well, and Ian Flynn proves that this character can be written really, really well.
Yeah, but we are also going with just the characters in general, not just IDW. We are using an IDW comic tier list, but obviously it's just because this is the best tier list to get all the characters in it.
We're not doing every character ever. That would
No, not every character ever, because that would be literally hundreds of characters, and we do not have the time for that. We need to go see a movie. Alright, do you want to put all of them in there?
No, because I still haven't changed some of them. I say put Zavok in there, just because, like, it's still Zavok, but he does have his really good moments. Like, he's like, even though he's a villain, he has his really good leadership moments. Like, he puts the characters out as for what they are and what they do best. Like Zaz, like causing mayhem. Zik, Sparkle Zik, he's like the old guy of the fucking group, so he's all wise. He knows how to like. He's an old guy. He's tiny as fuck, but don't let that like.
Yeah.
Dispose of you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just.
Zor's like the depressed fucking emo drama.
I'm just gonna put that in there.
Xena can go in KYS. I fucking hate her.
You hate Xena?
Yes.
I don't really know too much about Xena,
She
but.
got cream.
Okay. Yeah. So that, by the way, there's no order to these tier lists. It's just kind of like just in the order that we put them in.
Zaz is fun though.
Zaz,
I like Zaz.
Do you want to put Zaz in there or cool?
I'd say keep it in there.
Because I'm alright with putting them in. I was gonna put them all in there, but yeah. And then might as well just rock out the last one. He was kind of funny in Lost World though.
Yeah, he's like he has the character. He just has the third sense of fat character always thinks about food.
Yeah. I'm down to put him in there as well.
Yeah,
and then where is he there? Mayor as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty consistent Mayor, except for this guy, and I hate you and Xena.
She cut cream.
Okay.
Jet.
Phantom. I almost called them Phantom Riders. That's not
Babylon Road.
Babylon Road. Thank you. Jet. Jet. Honestly, I didn't really think too much about Jet. Like in general, but this most recent like Riders arc in the comics, it made me think about Jet a lot more, and I think that he's honestly up here.
Oh yeah, he's a really fun character. Like he still has that rivalry with Sonic. It's like, oh Sonic, I want to race you.
Yeah, but like it's a completely different rivalry than what we've seen in Sonic's other rivals.
Yeah, he doesn't want to like destroy him. He doesn't want to hurt him. He just like wants to
it's a friendly rivalry, and it's always been that since Riders. Obviously, it's been very like not frustrating, but like yeah, but it's like this most recent issue where it's like him challenging Sonic to try and get as many people out of the restoration base as possible means that as much as he is a rival, he isn't like a horrible person.
No, he's a hero, I would say.
Yeah.
I would argue like he will still work with them, but he still has that teasing with Sonic.
I'm going to put him in awesome.
Yeah,
I'd say awesome.
Especially during the Metal Virus arc, like he, Wave, and Storm all went up against Zik because they were the fastest around him.
Yeah.
And they have hoverboard, and they have to have their extreme gear, which I don't think Zik would be too familiar with. And the fact that they're young, they can whiz around him. Even though, like at the end, they ended up like throwing the Chaos in and sacrificing themselves to lead on what's in the end, I still think that was a really strong moment for all of them.
Right.
And Jet stuck with his team. He didn't abandon them, despite where saying, "Go with the Chaos Emeralds, we'll be fine." Jet said no. He said we can't be this. He said we can't be. That means all of us. So
right.
He went with his team.
So he's the loyal leader.
Yeah. We don't know whether they got away, but it was never shown if they got infected. But what we do know is that they went up against them.
Yeah, that's good.
Together.
Anyway, Wave.
You don't like Wave?
I don't. I have trauma from Riders. I have trauma from Sonic Riders. I have never been able to beat Wave in the jungle level. I have never been able to beat her in that level. Obviously, I'm not gonna put her there, but like I just want to put her here.
Yeah, I can.
Just because, like, I'm sure that she will probably have. Actually, I'm sorry, I'm salty. Storm the Albatross.
Storm's fun.
Hatsune Miku. I'll put him in cool.
Yeah, I like Storm.
I don't really know much about Storm that's of note. Obviously, Jet has a lot going for him nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
But these other two, I don't really know
He's
much.
not just a dumb character. Like, he's not just dumb
Yeah,
for the sake of being
I'm
dumb.
gonna put him in cool with these two.
Oh yeah.
Don't know
That
who
is
you are.
Smithy and that is Slinger. They are also part of the Diamond Cutters.
Right. Okay. I feel like a large majority of the characters on here that I won't know are part of the Diamond Cutters or just other. Cream.
Cream, my girl.
Okay.
She went to get Xena and kicked her ass, along with Jean Roll.
Nice.
She hit Xena on her own and like just shouted at how mean she was,
Nice.
because she's still a kid. And then she basically had Vanilla basically give Rough and Tumble them on a Death Stare.
Yeah, I remember that. Also, there's Sonic Advance, where Cream is literally the strongest character.
She's the strongest character from Chaotic. I don't care what anyone says. She could beat Shadow.
Then there's also her relationship with Blaze and Sonic Rush, which that was really nice. I'm so happy that was it the 50th anniversary?
It was an 100th issue where she was with Blaze and they helped Sonic.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then there was references to Sonic Rush in that, and I like that. Do you want to put her in awesome?
Yeah, she's fun. I want to see her more.
It's the main man himself, Sonic the Hedgehog.
My beloved, my Sonic.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think that there's any complaints that I can have about Sonic. I'm sure that plenty of people on Twitter would complain about how nowadays or recently he's been a lot more like talkative and empathetic, but it's like he has been from the very beginning. Would you not want a hero that's empathetic?
He's always been about freedom. That's been his core character trait since 1991.
Like, why do you want Sonic to be careless and just an asshole? I've genuinely seen people be like, oh yeah, I missed Sonic from the Fleetway comics.
Oh god.
No. We can be good without them.
But OVA Sonic is my favourite kind of Sonic. Like, he's funny, he jokes about, he's a bit of a dick sometimes, but he knows when to lock in, he knows when to be serious.
Yeah.
And like W, like, I still love him in W. Like, yeah, people complain, oh, he's all about freedom these days. But he's always been about freedom.
He's always been about freedom, yeah. He was part of the Freedom Fighters. And it's like, to people arguing about why can't we get the Sonic from Archie, or why can't we get the Sonic from this or that or the other, and it's like, it's been the same character the whole time, aside from Fleetway, but that was probably the biggest mischaracterization I've ever seen in my life.
And then again, that was in 90s, he didn't really have
That's
character.
fair. That's fair. But it was still The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, so that was still fairly...
Yeah, that was like silly kind of cartoon at the time, that's what they were.
But it's like, I feel like we can't put Sonic anywhere other than top tier. The series is named after him. He is the main character. I feel like you can't hate him. It's like it's like Mario.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I say that for some reason people in the Mario fandom like find Mario boring, and it's like, why?
What did Mario do?
Like, he's a fun little plumber guy. How could you hate him? Jeez. Anyway, Cheese. Is that Cheese? I thought. Oh yeah, it's Cheese. Yeah. I can put him in Meh, cool.
I don't mind. He's just kind of.
I'm just gonna put them in Meh. I feel like Meh is just kind of the neutral, where I don't really feel too positively or negatively.
And he's
same with Chocolate.
Gene Roll, my goat.
I thought it was Gemerol.
Gene Roll, Gemerol. It's
whatever. I don't know too much about Gemerol. I know that they were introduced in Sonic Fighters. Sonic Battle, that's it.
Oh, he was Emerald and then he's Gene Roll. No.
Right, yeah. Emerald, from what I've seen, they're pretty cool. The only real things that I remember from that was the scene where Cream was infected with the metal virus, and then she was covering her. I know, it's fucking depressing. And it's like, I'm down to put Emerald in cool, mostly just because I don't really know much in terms of like personality or anything like that. I don't even know if he has a personality.
He fought Omega in that one time just for like fun. And he saved Cream, and like he's kind of like more like her mentor as well.
Yeah.
So he helps her through her emotions. He helps her through stuff. He's a fun character.
I'm gonna put him in cool.
I want to see him more.
All right, Vanilla.
Vanilla, mama.
I will say this might be a controversial opinion. I don't really like Vanilla.
She doesn't really do too much.
I know, but like, okay, she doesn't really do too much. But then it's also the notion of like, I'm tired of the aggressive mum joke. I'm tired of the mum stare jokes. Like, I'm tired of it. Like sure, Vanilla like seems intimidating, but then it's also like, what the fuck are you going to do?
I feel like she just needs more development.
Honestly,
She's not really-
like she's just inherently she's just kind of boring at the moment.
She was introduced in Advance 2 when she was kidnapped and Cream wanted to rescue her and then Sonic went ahead and
Yeah,
rescued her.
but it's like outside of that, like that's the only game she's been in, and other than that, she hasn't really done anything in IDW other than just be Cream's mum.
Yeah, and she got infected in issue 22 when the whole virus broke out, and then even then, like, she told Amy to get her little girl to safety. That's like the most she's really done. She's not done much of anything else.
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
help
just gonna
Becca
put her
as
in
well.
there.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
No.
Yeah. Then on Sonic, you know where he's going. I want the debates. I want those
I know
debates.
that you want to put him in top tier, but I'm not entirely okay. Is there another Metal Sonic on here?
Scrapnik Mecha, but
There's
he's on
Scrapnik
top,
Mecha.
because I will not take arguments.
I don't know about Scrapnik Mecha. I don't know.
I love
Well,
him.
I feel like that might just be Mecha Sonic, but
It is Mecha Sonic, but he's called Scrapnik Mecha because he's a Scrapnik now.
I feel like I'm not gonna be able to change your mind in
No,
getting
you
him to
can't.
go in awesome. So yeah, my beloved.
Hi, baby.
All right, Blaze. Blaze. I feel like Blaze is kind of like the vanilla kind of case, but less so, because I feel like she needs a little bit more development, and I like that she has been receiving more development.
Oh yeah, she deserves it.
But like, it's because she hasn't been in any of the mainline games. The only mainline game that she's been a part of was Rush.
Yeah, she was in the Rush games, and that
Was well,
yeah.
well, Rush in 06, but everyone was in 06.
Yeah.
So I feel like I really like her character, and I like her in the more recent comics and such. But I feel like she needs more time in the spotlight, other than
Yeah.
just being Sonic's mirror.
They have such a missed opportunity to do a story in the Soul Dimension.
Yeah.
Like, they had the opportunity right there, and they've still not used it yet. And so
Yeah.
She needs that time.
See, that's what I'm waiting for. But for right now, I feel like if that game eventually comes out, then we can put her up here. But right now,
Oh, yeah.
she's just an awesome.
Look.
Clutch. Alright, I'll be honest. When I first got introduced to Clutch, when you first introduced me to Clutch, I absolutely loved him. I thought he was awesome.
Yeah.
But now, issue 75, and whatever happened in that arc, oh boy, I do not like Clutch. I'm putting him in I Hate You just because I still think he's cool. But,
He's a good villain, but, like,
I
dumb.
hate him. Ooh, I hate him. Okay, you're gonna have to explain to me
Light
who
and
these two are.
Dawn, they are the radio hosts of Sunset City Radio, and they are also the first canonically gay couple in the Sonic franchise.
I was gonna put
Instantly.
I was gonna put him in there, but as soon as you said that, I put him in cool.
They are the first canonically gay characters, and at first they were kind of shy to show it, because obviously you're testing the waters, but Sega approved of this because it was already part of their character bios, and Sega said, yeah, sure. And ever
Nice.
since now, they've not been as shy to show off their relationship. Like, Knight has openly called Don my dear, they've been hugging each other, they've been all really excited to see each other.
Let's go, Ian Flynn.
Hell yeah. Evan and Ian my goats, and they've not been afraid to show, yeah, these characters are gay together.
Okay. Big the Cat. See, this is something that's gonna be a little bit of a harder decision, because as much as I love Big, he's lacking in the personality department.
He's not been that present. I can't even say the last time he actually did much other than the Metal Virus. He's appeared as like background cameo, like what he did in Adventure 2 and a bit of Adventure, but at the same time, he's not been that. I know we're not going off by the W, we're going off the characters as a whole.
Yeah.
But like, I would say meh, because well, he does have his moments, especially in IDW itself.
There was that whole anniversary comic where he went around all over the place.
Yeah, in the annual, because he was trying to find Froggy during one of the Zombots, it showed how he managed to avoid it for the most part, how he was there.
I think Big the Cat is just kind of like a comic relief character and nothing
Yeah.
more than that.
He's a character that
And I feel like they shouldn't move him away from that, because I
No.
feel like if they tried to make his character more serious, it would kind of take away from what Big is.
Yeah, he has his moments where he like attack the Zombots with like hurting Froggy. But even then, like he's a fun character, and you see him in the back, you're like, oh hey, look, it's Big.
Yeah,
He's a character that you
it's
see in the background.
hey, it's Big. Okay,
Omega. I'm not gonna.
it is understood. It is not understood how much I hate this character. Honestly, probably my least favorite character in the entire series. Where do I begin? First of all, personality, none. Completely lacking in personality. The only thing that Omega is known for is Literally, he's just Duke Nukem the robot,
Pretty much.
but worse. Like, Duke Nukem is funny, Omega is not. Because, you can't just take Duke Nukem, put him in a robot, and expect it to be the same. It's not. He lacks personality.
Oh, yeah.
He is literally just a talking gun. But, I understand that they're trying to make him more appealing of a character in Sonic X Shadow. I think, but it's all through other characters, and I feel like it's just not really that interesting.
Not had his time. He's
Yeah.
Kind of development that he
Also, I could rant about this for hours, but I'm just gonna say 3 points. First was the lack of personality. Second, he replaced one of the best characters that was in Adventure 1, and that was Gamma. He replaced Gamma, and he is an infinitely inferior character to Gamma. Because Gamma went through this whole character arc of frickin' he goes out to kill all of his brothers. Would you call them brothers?
I would say so, yeah, because he
friends.
From Eggman's control.
Yeah,
he understood what Eggman was doing. He was
yeah.
like, no, I don't want them to go through this.
Yeah, he wants to free them from Eggman's control, and then eventually, after doing that, but on his journey, he finds he learns to feel empathy and not just be a killing machine.
He teaches him that.
Yeah.
Everything to have before, especially teaching these kind of bad characters to see the light. She's like, oh, but what about this kind of side of
Yeah.
life, you know?
Yeah, and then that inherently takes over with Amy talking to Shadow. But then it's so Gamma was such a brilliant character, but then they killed him off, which it's a sacrifice. They brought in a new robot character, and it's just infinitely worse.
I like Gamma,
And then the third part, he came from Sonic Heroes. I don't think I need to explain how that's a dot in his score.
That would be for another video.
I'm just gonna put him down here. You can fight me in the comments. I don't care. Orbot and Cubot. I'm just gonna put these two together. I don't know about Cubot because isn't his voice actor transphobic?
No, I don't think so.
I remember it was something with his voice actor that was horrible.
In the
but I don't remember what it was.
Like a Miku fan. Obviously they have the name Miku, so they have this rabbit version of Miku.
Yeah. I will say they're just kind of boring.
They're the body pillow as well.
They're just kind of boring, so I'm willing to put them both in there.
They're just a comedic relief of the Eggman side.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say probably the same as Big. Don't know who this is.
He basically just works in the Soul Dimension. I think he's laser advisor.
Well, I'm just gonna say who. Tails! My beloved again?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not really any kind of debate. Tails is just such a brilliant character. He's gone through so much character development, so much character growth since he was initially introduced.
Oh, yeah.
There's the whole... in Sonic Adventure 1, the whole game, you are following Sonic, going through the same level progression as Sonic. Hell, a large majority of the levels, you are racing against Sonic.
Oh, yeah.
But then eventually, as it starts coming to a climax, Eggman's in Station Square, and Tails brings it upon himself to take on Eggman alone. And this is the first time that he's done anything like that alone, canonically, without Sonic. And from there, he starts becoming more and more brave and facing more challenges and feats and stuff. Like in Sonic Adventure 2, where he watches Sonic die in front of him. Or at least, to him, he watches him, flying down in this shuttle. And it's I'm not going to let his wishes go in vain. I'm going to take you out, Eggman, and all that. And it's it's really cool character arc and development. And it just kind of keeps building. Obviously... it was really bad in Lost World, but then again, what wasn't bad in Lost World?
Yeah,
and then, I will be the first to say, Tails' character is reasonable in Forces. I keep seeing everyone be like, oh yeah, he sees Chaos Zero and he's cowering in fear from the character that he's already killed. But it's it's such a hopeless scenario, and you have to remember, he is a child. He has a totally reasonable reaction to seeing his best friend possibly dead. The entire world is at war. He's it's all crumbling beneath him, and now he sees this villain approaching him, and he has no tools, has no weapons, has nothing. He feels weak and worthless, and he calls out for Sonic because he wants to see him.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing. It's a flaw, and it's character development. It makes sense with his character. And it makes sense with the setting and the scenery, and it makes sense in the story for him to be cowering, because would you not be cowering if a villain was slowly approaching you in the middle of a war? I can understand the hate for him, but I just don't agree with it. Like, I love Tails, he's an awesome character, and I love seeing his development, and I love seeing, especially in issue 75, where Bell was trying to save the Motorbird. Is it Motorbird?
That's his name. He's a Motorbird, but Bell calls him Motorbird.
So Bell was trying to save Motorbirds, and then Tails and the other one step in and start working on it.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's really cool. Alright, Whisper. I don't think there's any debate where she's going. Whisper. Again, it's another case of Tangle where I don't really know too much, because, like, I started reading after the Metal Virus and I haven't really caught myself up. So I know that there was a lot of stuff that happened to Whisper and all that in the Metal Virus. Yeah, pretty much. You've just told me everything I know about Whisper. So, like, obviously, brilliant character, a lot of character development and growth. Like, there's a lot to love. Lesbian. Oh, God, I gotta cut that out. So, like, she's brilliant. There's a lot of backstory that's really, like, you can really get into it with the Diamond Cutters.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I don't know as much as you do, but I feel like with a character like Whisper, you don't really need to know as much.
No, and also she had all her emotions. She had her, like, trauma when she lost Tangle. She didn't hesitate to try and save her, and also she could have with Metal Virus, she would get infected too. Like, she did not hesitate to go out there and try and save her best friend, which was all she had left during this.
Yeah. Knuckles. No, Marcus Knuckles. Honestly,
he's not been that present in that movie.
Yeah, it might be controversial. I'm probably gonna put him in one of these.
He's fun in, like, all his other, like.
Yeah, I'm gonna put him there. Honestly, I feel like. I mean, it makes sense why he wouldn't be in IDW, because he's on Angel Island.
Yeah, I just wish that we saw him more. The last time we saw him was during the latest annual, where you saw him, like, having flashbacks, having, like, memories of all his friends, all the people that are close to him. I just wish that we saw more of him. And then we got the Knuckles 30th anniversary when it came on the trip.
Well, I mean, inherently, I just feel like Knuckles isn't that good of a character when compared to all the others. I mean, like, I feel like Knuckles was good in the earlier games, like an Adventure 1 and 2, but in the later games, he just kind of got a little bit boring. And also, let's not forget, he's completely, like, in the later games, he's completely ditched his fucking role of protecting the Master Emerald.
Yeah.
Like in Adventure 1 and Adventure 2, his whole thing is that he's going around collecting the pieces of the Master Emerald.
Yeah.
But in freaking Frontiers, why is he there?
Because he wants to, like, explore, like, he wants to get more out there. He doesn't want to just be stuck on the island.
I guess,
he wants to explore the world.
I guess, but then it's like, while he's there, he's still talking about the Master Emerald and Angel Island and all of this stuff. So it's like, he just, like, as much as he does have a bit of a personality, it's not much, and it's kind of lacking.
Yeah, he needs more to him. He needs more time.
Yeah, so, like, while he is absolutely iconic, I'm only gonna leave him in this tier.
Yeah.
So, like, he's great, but he needs a lot of work.
He needs more time on the screen.
Yeah. He's
fun in the movies, but also he's fucking awesome in the films.
Yeah, he's great. I love Idris Elba's Knuckles. Okay, Silver, my boy. Honestly, I'm tempted to put him up here.
Oh yeah, I can agree with that.
Because as, like, I will never understand why people are saying that Silver is weak or Silver is a pushover. He is absolutely not weak. He freaking, like, he would have absolutely folded Sonic if it weren't for Amy or Shadow or someone getting in the way.
Oh yeah.
Like, he would have absolutely killed that man.
Don't forget, he is the sole and only reason they beat the metal virus. Without
Exactly.
him, they would have all been affected, and that's
Yeah, pretty
what
much.
would have happened.
Silver is just, like, he is the GOAT. I will never believe anyone who says that they hate Silver. Like, I remember seeing a TikTok from this one person. If I can find it, I'll put it in the little card up in the corner. But, like, he is so strong, he is so cool, he is so reliable. I love him in the comics. He has so much development and so much growth, and he is so cool. I just don't understand why people cannot like him.
It doesn't matter that he had like cute little
Look.
role, like moments.
Yeah,
I still think
look.
it's really hard.
We can excuse the coleslaw dog. We can excuse the coleslaw. We get that he is the whitest man on the planet. That does not matter. All right, Eggman. I feel like we can't not.
Come on.
I mean,
It's Eggman.
ignoring Mike Pollock.
Oh yeah, especially when they're
Ignoring Mike Pollock. I mean, look. Sometimes good voice actors do bad things.
Yeah, but like, you can't take that away from the character he
Yeah.
is.
Honestly, Eggman is just a brilliant character.
It
He is honest to God. Like, while I will say I'm a little biased, Bowser is the greatest video game villain, Eggman is extremely close to that.
He's so fun.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll admit I have a bias against Bowser, but it's like Eggman is also just completely brilliant. And also, I absolutely love how you think that because he's a doctor, because he's all that stuff, because he's an engineer, he uses all of his, like, whatever. But he has been shown to kick ass. Like, I still remember in issue 50 where he grabbed Starline and threw him across the room. It's that shot of him just standing menacingly.
like, coming up from the rubble of his own creation and telling Starline, oh no, you played yourself. You see, I knew you were going to do this, so I did this. Or I knew you were going to do this to me, so I adapted it so I would do this.
Like, he is such a smart villain. He is so incredibly intelligent.
You do not use his own inventions against him ever, because he will always have a backup.
Yeah, he will always have a backup. He will always know what to do to counter you. And it's like, he is always such a brilliant character and such a brilliant villain. The only time where I will say that he wasn't that great was in Lost World, but even then, he was still probably the best character in Lost World.
100%.
Like, the only thing that I don't like is how he acted so carelessly in Lost World with the Zeti.
Yeah.
But even then, he was still the best part of that game.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Absolutely, he was the best part of
He's
that
always
game.
fun.
Like, and also, I love the times where he ends up having to team with Sonic because of a greater enemy or a united enemy or whatever. I can't.
Unique. Like when
Yeah,
it comes to like the
like-
gods and stuff.
Yeah, where it's like, but I love how, as much as he is disgruntled about it, he will still team up with Sonic
And exactly
for the greater good.
Well, they don't just like call buddy with them. Like, he still has that. Oh, I still fucking hate you. Oh, but after this, we're going back to destroying each other. Like,
Yeah.
They still have
Yeah.
that.
It's the whole kind of feel of like you are my enemy, and I would be honored. Like, I'm honored to have you be my enemy.
Yeah.
It's that kind of feel. Where it's like, it's also kind of the thing of like, wasn't it in IDW comics where Starline came close to killing Sonic and Eggman was furious about it?
Yeah, that was back quite early in issue 40 when they first like kind of became a team. Like, Eggman literally choked up against the thing, saying, "No, Sonic is mine to destroy. You don't touch
And it's like, he's such a complex character, and I love going into his character. It's just a shame that he's voiced by a horrible person. Anyway, Shadow the Hedgehog. I have opinions, and you know those opinions, but people watching probably don't know those opinions. I'm gonna put him in my beloved. I'm gonna put him up here, just because he is a great character. I will say, his character has been getting better.
Oh yeah.
Like before Sonic X Shadow, I would have put him here.
Oh yeah.
But I'm gonna put him here because of Sonic X Shadow. Like, right, I'm just gonna say my opinion here first and foremost. He should have stayed dead. Like, if Gamma can stay dead after sacrificing himself, why would Shadow come back to life after Sonic Adventure 2 after sacrificing himself?
They do. There's a thing in Shadow the Hedgehog I saw on Twitter recently. I can't confirm if this is 100% true or if it was edited, but there was something said in Shadow the Hedgehog, something that Eggman said. I think it's like if you die a certain amount of times, Eggman said something about him rescuing him with a robot. But again, I can't confirm how true that line is, whether that's edited or fan-made. I don't know. But here's something I always say. In issue 19, which is considered the worst issue for his character, when he throws himself to get infected, considering he's the ultimate life form, he was made to cure all disease. It would make sense for him to think, oh, I'm the ultimate life form. I'm made to cure all sickness. Why would he think, oh, this is going to infect me? Because if he is an android, I'll put that quotation mark, it wouldn't hurt him.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. I just have a love-hate relationship with Shadow, just because, like, before, like, the later games where he started getting more development, he was just kind of Edge the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't, like, especially, well, I don't know. Shadow the Hedgehog kind of elaborated a lot on his personality. Oh, yeah. I'm thinking more so, like, Generations and, like, that kind of era of games. Like, 06 didn't really have too much in terms of personality for Shadow. It was mainly just kind of edginess.
I know more about the 06 fandom than the 06 as a whole.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah. But, like, obviously, he's a brilliant character, has a lot going for him. It's just some stuff that I feel like needed to be worked on that is finally now being worked on. I mean, when's the last time that he was canonically playable in the game? It was 06. It was 06, wasn't it?
Forces, technically, because you had episodes.
Yeah, but canonically.
Well, Forces is canon, but the last time before Forces, I believe, if you don't count any of the racing games, it would have been 06.
Yeah, so it's the same with Rouge. Like, the last time Rouge was playable was 06.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. Technically, the last time Rouge was playable was Generations. But that's just like, that was just like an off, side mode.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Yeah. Alright.
We need to step it up.
Kitsunami. I have mixed feelings about Kit, and they're not particularly good feelings. It's the, like, I would have said he's up in cool, but then he started, actually, I would have said he's up in awesome, but then he started getting all stroppy and miserable constantly, regardless of the situation.
Yeah.
And then I saw,
He's kind of giving
wasn't it in issue 54, 53, where Kit was like, ooh, maybe I can use...
that was the annual. He wants to, like, manipulate stuff or try to make Surge seem more like a hero because he knows how happy it makes him.
Well, it was more so like he wants to try and manipulate Surge as well to try and make them, like, it's Kit doing all of it, but, like...
Surge is the one taking it out.
Yeah. It's like, it's just kind of making, like, Kit's acting out as another, like, manipulator in Surge's life, and that just kind of brought him down a few pegs for me. Like, I didn't like Kit too much, but that just kind of made it a little more annoying. Anyway.
Scrapnik Mecha.
Scrapnik Mecha. I don't know too much about Scrapnik Mecha. I'm gonna put him in awesome because weren't they only in like 1 or 2 issues?
They're only in Scrapnik Island as of at the moment, but
was that one issue?
No, it's a 4-issue miniseries, but I love his character so much.
Okay, so I'm gonna put him in awesome just because not too much.
I won't get into it because we haven't got a lot of time.
That's fair. Honestly, if you want to hear about, like, these characters in more depth, I'm sure that you can go over to her YouTube channel. I'm sure that you won't mind the free promotion, given you have infinitely more subscribers and attention and views than me.
I'm gonna this video out anyway, but, like, I do want to do a video on my own, myself as well, about all these characters. Maybe just I love the exclusives. I am planning on doing a lot more content in the future, so this will definitely be one of them.
I can't tell who you are.
That is Scrapnik Mecha Knuckles. It's Mecha Knuckles essentially, but he's also a Scrapnik. He was kind of relevant in issue 2 because he went and attacked Sonic. Like, he is just purely himself. Like, he goes for the kill for Sonic, Mecha Sonic tries to defend him, and then Mecha Sonic gets hit, which makes him, like, freak out remembering false memories.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put the rest of the don't know characters here.
Yeah, they are just characters in the Halloween special. They weren't really too relevant. I don't even remember much about them.
Okay, last home stretch, Lanolin. just gonna put her. Actually, no, don't like you. Look, I've expressed it on Twitter in a thread. I don't like Lanolin.
No.
I just straight up do not like her. Like, you can tell me that she has dozens of pages worth of depth.
She doesn't.
Or like, I know she doesn't, but like, you can tell me that she has so much going for her. You could tell me that she has a backstory. You could tell me that this and that and the other reasons as to why she acts the way she does. But I'm still not going to like her. She is a bad leader. She doesn't why would she pay favor and listen more to a random bystander who's been there a total of like a week, probably less than a week, over the people that she works with constantly and is meant to put her trust in, because it is her team.
And the character who has more experience in Mimic than anyone else in that entire group.
Especially, and it's just like all of that put together. She tries to act like a leader, but she's not a leader.
Tangle has a bit of experience with Mimic, but Whisper is the one you want to go to because she knew him before the betrayal. She knew him when he wasn't really nice, but he definitely wasn't as psychotic as what he
It just
was.
makes no sense why she would be so careless and so trusting of a random bystander when you know that there is a shapeshifter going around. And especially, why would you trust this random bystander when a large majority of your own team is saying how this new bystander is betraying them and being a horrible person? Why would you trust this random person who you've just met over your team?
Exactly.
That's not what being a good leader is. That's what being an asshole is. Anyway, Surge.
Surge, I don't think there's any debate of this either.
Again, no debate. Surge is honestly one of my favorite characters. My three favorite characters are Rouge, Surge, and Sonic. But yeah, I feel like there's not a lot of debate over that. Surge is a brilliant character. She has had so much character development and growth over the recent issues.
Oh, yeah.
Just since issue... When was she introduced? It was like 46.
Like issue 46, so she didn't properly get introduced until Imposter Syndrome, but even then you see how different she was to be compared to Sonic. Even though she was made to be Sonic super had to beat him, she still has her
she's so much more different. And I loved the issue of Surge interacting with the different characters in the restoration.
That was issue 67.
Yeah. Like, I loved that because it really showed, like, she's kind of coming into her own. She's branching out from that sort of anti-Sonic that Starline made her into.
Like, Amy even told her, like, you choose to be who you want to be here. We're not going to make you be anything else other than yourself.
Yeah, especially. And also, one thing I will say, especially with that, one thing I will say is I think, this is what I'm expecting to happen, is that Kit is gonna try and manipulate Surge into this whole sort of false persona. Yeah. And after finding out that Kit is manipulating her, she's gonna have a change of heart and join the restoration.
I hope so.
That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for.
She deserves her happiness.
Honestly, she deserves to be happy.
And like, it's so small and minuscule, but you can see it. Like, it took Starline over 200 attempts to even get that hate into her. With Kit, it only took like 36, but with her it took over 200, and you can see just how much suffering she went through.
Yeah, and like, she deserves the happiness. Okay. Marine. Only in Sonic Rush Adventure.
Only in Sonic Rush Adventure and a little bit in the IDW comics, but it doesn't take away from how much I love her.
Do you want to just put her in cool? Again, I don't really know too much about Marine. She was in Sonic Rush Adventure, but that was her real, like, kind of attention in the series.
Yeah, because that's her introduction. She was also in a lot in Archie, but I have not read enough Archie to stand on her character.
If you have high or low feelings about Marine from the Archie comics, feel free to comment it. I'll most definitely read all the comments that I get. And then the last one.
That is Sigma. He kind of was like the leader of the robots in Scrapbook Island. He had that genuine care for everyone. Like, he didn't ever like disregard Sonic or Tails. He welcomed them with open arms, despite them being like the heroes that like defeated them. He welcomed them with open arms because they weren't Eggman robots anymore. They had their own feelings, their own opinions. Like, they were kind of like Gamma in a way, which is what he is based off. He's based off one of the Gamma series. Right. But they've all got their own opinions. Like, Mecha Sonic's got his little flower. Metal Knuckles, well, you only ever really saw him as a villain. You saw him come out more as a character by the end of issue 4. But even then, he kind of had that Knuckles personality where it was like, oh yeah, whatever. But like, he was still there, and I feel like these scrapniks need more time. I feel like they need to come back because I love these characters. I love who they are. I want to explore it more.
I'll be honest, I thought that this was Gamma.
His name is Sigma in the comics, but he's based off the E series.
I'm gonna put him in cool. And it's just a shame that there aren't any more characters. Obviously, I could add more characters, but then I'd have to scour. And the only characters that I would really want to add in are just from the game exclusives or the Archie exclusives that I know. Like Gamma. Gamma would go in My Beloved. He's an absolutely brilliant character. I can't really think of any others, really. Infinite. I'm surprised Infinite's not on here, but I don't think he was in IDW.
It's IDW characters at the minute, characters who appear.
Yeah, only IDW comics. I feel like Infinite would go in somewhere cool or meh. I feel like he's really underutilized because of Forces. As much as I love Forces, its writing isn't the greatest.
Nah.
Like, there's a lot of characters on here that, like, if you want to know, feel free to comment asking about it, and I'll reply saying what I think about them or just where I would list them.
Or me.
But yeah, or Caitlin.
The Law Master at the minute in the room.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, anyway, that's the end of the tier list.
We got in 2 hours. We got to get some food.
Let me pull that up. So this is the finished tier list that we've made. Again, feel free to comment down any questions. Absolutely go and check out Caitlin's Sonic Boss's channel. It's brilliant. If you want to just read up on these comics for yourself. How many issues do you have?
I've gone, like, the earliest I've gone through is, like, if you want to read them properly without my annoying mouse voice in the background, I'd say go from 55 onwards, but if you want to go to the very beginning, that is issue 48. The only reason I ever started this comic series was because at the time when the comic shop open near here, I managed to get the comic a day early. So I thought, oh hey, why not let's go through this comic? I don't have any video ideas, so why not go through it? That did really well, and Imposter Syndrome issue 4 did like quite well. I was hitting like 1,000 views, and I was like, okay, so people are interested in these comics, so I kept going up with the comics, and even, especially since then, it's just like skyrocketed. So I want to go down more the line when it comes to Sonic characters, IDW, and more content in the foreseeable future.
Yep. Okay, so again, check out all her socials. She's going to be around. I'm hoping to make more videos, possibly with you.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, I've known you for, what, 7 years?
Yep.
I think like over 7 years at this point. But, yeah. So, I hope you guys like this video. Feel free to comment with any critiques or whatever. If you saw a character you like in a low tier or a character you don't like in a high tier, feel free to comment. I hope you guys liked this video. Leave a like if you liked it, and feel free to hit the subscribe button. It really helps me out a lot. And also, Merry Christmas!
Yippee!
Since again I'm hoping to get this video out by Christmas, and if it's not out by Christmas, then it should be out at least by Boxing Day the latest.
Yippee!
So,
it's not a great night. It's not a celebration. It's just a thing.
yeah. But anyway, I hope you guys like this video. Hope you have a wonderful holiday, and I will see you guys later. Peace.
Bye!